So in this video we're gonna replace AC compressor on 2600 Ridgeline. I'm pretty sure all Ridgelines first generation gonna have the same procedure. It took me probably 10 minutes or so to figure out what the exact issue is. I had to test the relay, couple other things, watch my other video how I determine that it's AC compressor. Before getting started on removal, I'm gonna show you the new compressor. Here's a new one. So there are a couple options on Amazon. This aftermarket one, and there's also original Denso. This aftermarket one cost about $120 brand new. Denso cost about $210. I would have went with Denso because it's obviously original one, but this one they had open box for about $60, so I decided to go with that. And this one has a warranty 1 year. I'm not sure about Denso. If this one not gonna work good or stop working after warranty expires, I'll definitely gonna buy Denso. As far as removal replacement goes, first thing you're gonna need to do is recycle the Freon. My understanding is illegal to just dispose or let the Freon go in the air, and it's probably bad for environment. So you could go to local AC shops and see if they'll be able to recycle it, vacuum it out and recycle it for you. I'm not sure yet how much it's gonna cost. Maybe it's free or maybe not expensive, probably cheap. So after you do that, or after there is no Freon in the system, there are a couple steps for the removal. First thing you're gonna do is disconnect electrical plug. And then you're gonna remove the serpentine belt. Then you're gonna remove the low side and high side. I'm not sure which one which here. After all that, gonna make sure, I think there's a clip, so it might be plugged into something there. After all that, you remove 4 bolts and take it out. Simple way to test if you still have Freon in the system, pretty much hook up just the low one. Look at the gauge, as you can see there's still some. So if you have some, take it to some AC shop and make sure they recycle it. Okay, just to show you now, it's connected to low and it's at 0. I was able to pull out my connector from bottom to above. And what's interesting is mine actually missing this plug from the compressor side. I still have no idea if mine is original or aftermarket or what happened, but I know that compressor is what I need to replace. So this one we're just gonna unplug. Now let's work on removing the serpentine belt. Serpentine belt removal is pretty easy on those trucks, as you have plenty of space. So technically I think you could use a regular ratchet and it'll give you enough space. But I have here serpentine belt removal tool, and it's using 14mm socket. There you go, and it's removed. And I'm gonna slide out the belt from the compressor. I'll do it from under the truck. Okay, it's out of the way. So now that belt is off and it's disconnected, we're gonna see if this needs to be removed. I'm gonna try to remove this piece, just have easier access, and it's a 17mm bolt, all 3 of them. I'll try to use a breaker bar. Okay, let's see if we can take off the other one. Looks like it's gonna be even tougher, but let's see. It actually seems a lot easier. gonna move it on the side. Keep it somewhat secured, just in case it's securing anything. Okay, now I have much better access. So this one right here, it's a 10 millimeter. So let's try to remove that one first. Okay, it's out. Just put some painter's tape on this to make sure nothing goes in the line. Now this other one I couldn't reach with impact drill, so that's what I did. It's also 10 millimeter. Hopefully it'll come off. Looks like it did. Let's try to open this line. It's also a good idea to use gloves, just in case there will be some freon left. This one's good. I'll put tape over this one, and I'll put some tape here in case it will have some oil in there. So to keep oil in old one, just to can it all out, I'm gonna remove this one. Obviously keep it like this so nothing leaks. I think now it should be good to remove the actual compressor. And there are 4 bolts total. 1, 2, 3, 4. I won't be able to reach with my impact wrench, so I'm gonna have to use a ratchet. So size is 12 millimeter, and I'll start with removing the lower ones. Have to use extension or pipes or something to get it going. Let's see if this one's gonna work. I'm gonna loosen the other one right away too. I'm gonna remove this one first. Doesn't really matter which one you do first. Okay, last one left. Now while you're removing this one, make sure you also hold the compressor, because now only thing that holds it is just that one bolt, which I'm removing now. And it's out. So now I'm gonna try to remove it through here. And it's out. Not bad. Here's the compressor. So according to what this manufacturer says, I just read in Amazon, they say that what oil that is inside compressor should be used just for transportation or while transporting the package here. So this one should be drained and you should use other oil. That's what it says. Maybe small print, maybe not. So I think it's just better to do that. And I do have oil that has UV light, whatever additive in it. So in case I will have system leaking, I'll be able to find the leak. So this is low side, the bigger one. This is the high side. So what I'm gonna need to do is remove this piece, put it into this one, and I'm gonna drain this one. I'm gonna drain this oil here and measure, see how much oil there is, and then I'm gonna add the same amount into this one. We'll start by just dumping this oil from the new compressor, which we don't need to count or do anything with it. While you do it, I'd say rotate pulley or whatever it's called a couple times, just to make sure all oil comes out. Good enough. Just look what color it is. We'll compare, we'll look what this color gonna be, and then we look at the new one. Out of curiosity though, let's see how much this one had. About 110. I don't even know what measurements it's using though. Okay, now important one. Let's see how much this one has. Okay. So a lot less came out than I actually thought it would. So let's measure this one as well. Say about 30. That's weird. And looks to be about same color. This part a little bit tricky, but you have to use 5.5 millimeter and you have to remove those two bolts. And I think it's better to use impact drill. That way you should be able to remove it without stripping them. Okay, this one's good. Let's try other one. Awesome. Let's see if it's gonna come off. And it's off. Just gonna see if any more fluid gonna come out from here. Nope, nothing. So this compressor came with 2 O-rings, but I need 3 total. So I'm gonna remove this one. And I have this kit right here. Gonna find one that's close enough. I think this one looks pretty close. So I'm gonna use this one. It's gonna go like this. I'm gonna add just a little bit of peg oil. Let's remove this. Let's start by hand tightening those. I'm gonna secure it but not tight. And that's it. Now what we have to do is put oil there. And I have this right here, universal peg oil. I'm gonna put about 30 cc, whatever that cc means, I don't know. Now I'm just gonna wipe all this excess that I accidentally spilled. Gonna rotate a couple more times just to make sure oil is everywhere it needs to be in compressor. I'm gonna temporarily put this one there. I'm just gonna hand tighten this. Now I'm gonna replace the seals and the lines. Yes, I'll start with this one. I think that's a high one. Just in case, I'm gonna compare it. Put this on. And I'll put in that painter's tape back on for now. Let's work on this one. And that one is a low. Same size. I'm gonna put tape as well. Time to put new compressor in. So I'll start by hand tightening just one bolt just to get it in there. I'm gonna move electric connector on this side, on the left. Okay, one is in. Gonna hand tighten second one. So the first one I did is top right, now I'm gonna do top left. I will do bottom right. Bottom left. Now I'm gonna tighten them with a ratchet, and it's 12 millimeter. Start same thing from on top. I'm doing top right now, but it doesn't really matter which order you go through. Bottom left now. Top left. Bottom right. Just gonna tighten it just a little bit more. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is we're gonna put the low one first. That's the one you see over there. So I'm gonna unscrew this. Gonna remove this. Now I'm gonna remove painter's tape on low side. I'm gonna add a bit of peg oil around the seal, and I'm gonna connect the line. Good. Gonna hand tighten 10 millimeter bolt. I'm gonna tighten it with 10 millimeter socket. Let's work on high line now. Same thing, put some peg oil on here. Gonna remove that cover. Okay, it's good to put in now. Okay, it's in. Gonna use a 10 millimeter nut to secure it. I'm gonna secure this impact just because it's easier. Power connection to compressor was completely not connected to anything, so I just put this here and connector over there on a fan housing over there, it's called. So now I'm gonna connect the power to compressor. Couldn't take a video of it, but that's where it's connected. This part is very tough for one person to do it. Well, not very tough, but tough. Gonna put serpentine belt back on. I'm just gonna make sure, look everywhere, make sure the serpentine belt is connected to every single device. Disconnected, but I don't like how it sits right here, so I'm just gonna move it just a bit. Okay, looks good. Now I'm gonna put this bracket back in right here. Gonna use 17 millimeter. I'm gonna tighten it just a bit more with a breaker bar. It's actually good. Good. So at this point, replacement of the compressor is done. Pretty soon, next video, I'll show you how to recharge the system. At the bottom of the video, I'll give you Amazon affiliate links for this compressor and also for original Denso compressor. Like I said before, for full price, I think it's just better to get a Denso, but this one I got for only $60. Thanks for watching, see you next video.